plumbing at anglinplumbing.com.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
And more testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal, and they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a motherfucker like me.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay Edwards.
Boom, shakalaka boom. You're tuned in to the free range human show choice, your daily dose of reality radio. It starts right now. I am the Clay Edwards Show. I am Clay Edwards. This is the Clay Edwards Show. Let me get that right. Hope everybody's doing great out there this Tuesday morning. It's a toss it up Tuesday here on the Clay Edwards Show. I don't know what that means. I just made it up because I couldn't think of anything else to say. But it sounds good to me. Or as I like to say, it's good enough for the girls I date. Until you tell the girls you date that. Anyway, hope everybody's doing great out there this morning. I'm sitting here doing some adjusting here at the last minute. We're live inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. If you want to text into the show this morning, the Ellis Autoplex text line is 769-241-1944. 769-241-1944 is the text line. If you would like to call into the show, the phone line, 601-879-0002. And of course, we're streaming worldwide. That means everywhere. On the Mazda of Jackson live stream. And man, have we got an assortment of places we are streaming live to this morning. We are on TikTok. We are on YouTube. We are on X. We are on Rumble. And of course, we are on Facebook. All you got to do is go to those, type in SAVEJXN. That's Save Jackson, Save JXN. And you should be able to find it. We're streaming in multiple different format styles. Landscape, portrait. I think we're doing both on YouTube, according to the options I was given and that I checked. So if you like to hold your phone straight up and down, we're doing that. If you like to hold your phone sideways, we're doing that. We are multimedia here on the Clay Edwards Show. And of course, I don't think I said it. All across the airwaves on 103.9 WYAB, the 50,000 watt blowtorch, the most powerful news talk station in the state of Mississippi. That's the whole state of Mississippi. There's not another news talk station more powerful than WYAB. How cool is that? They said it couldn't be done. They said it couldn't be done. Who is they? Who is the mysterious they? I don't know. But we were right. They were wrong. Hey, coming up this weekend, before we jump into this, I always like to do a little plug and kind of get some things out of the way. So one thing, the Brawling in Brandon, big Bout Time Brawling event this Saturday night. I forgot to give away the tickets yesterday. Got a little sidetracked. We'll give away an extra pair at some point this week. We're going to give away a pair of tickets today. So if you want to go to the big boxing, kind of like tough man, it's boxing rules, but it's kind of got a tough man vibe to it. You got some professionals in there that are been fighting for a long time. And then you got some not so much. What I like to call like redneck call-outs. I love it. It's going to be fun. I've been to several of these fights down in Neshoba County. And they do them kind of all throughout kind of rural Mississippi. And I think Brandon's probably the most populated area they've done one in, unless they've possibly done one in Hattiesburg that I'm not aware of. But it's going to be right there at City Hall Live. Big, nice venue. I don't know if y'all been there before for a concert or whatnot, but nice venue. So it's going to be a good time. I expect a sellout crowd. And they sold out of all the VIP tables, the ringside VIP tables. So there'd be general admission tickets we're giving away. But I'll be honest with you, it ain't a bad seat in the place. I mean, you're not general admission or VIP. You're not 10 feet further back. So it's not going to affect your view, I promise. But going to be a good time. And we're going to give away some tickets. We're giving away a pair every day this week. And then tomorrow we'll have Julian, the boss man with About Time Brawling, here in the studio to talk about it all. That should be an interesting conversation. Julian's old hustler, man. Just a guy that kind of came up out the mud and has built a heck of a business with About Time Brawling, a good Mississippi success story. So we're going to talk about fighting, but we're going to talk about business too, and kind of how he launched that whole thing and into the successful fight promotion that it is. So I think that's really cool. I love talking to guys like that. Also, this weekend, I stopped by Martin's Livingston yesterday for a second, had to get some pork skins. I was out. The next 2 weekends, they've got some big crawfish bowls going on out there. So I didn't even realize that they had one there this past weekend too. I just knew about the one in downtown. I didn't realize they had one going on at Livingston. But this Saturday also from 3 to 8 p.m., you got the big crawfish bowl at Martin's Livingston. And you've got and they do these kind of outdoors. So it's pretty cool. They got the Epic Funk Brass Band. And they've also got Cool Shade Herald featuring Brian Shaw. So going to be a good time out there. I love good times. So maybe start the party. Get you a DD, of course. Start the party midday out at Martin's Livingston. And then plan on getting down to the big Bout Time Brawling event there at City Hall Live. And when you leave there, maybe run down to Cypress Point, Cameron's Garage, check out some great live entertainment. Just make a day of it. Good old-fashioned day of it. Get ready for the St. Patty's Day. Start getting your day drinking, get your day drinking reps in. Start getting ready for St. Patty's Day. It's like the day drinking Super Bowl of the year for Jacksonians and Mississippians. So that'll be going on. And then, of course, they'll have a crawfish bowl also that following weekend. Where was that? I got it right here. I wonder why it's doing that. Yeah, so they've also got a crawfish bowl on the 21st. And it's they're calling it the St. Patty's Crawfish Bowl. So 3 to 8 with some more bands. We'll tell you about those as we get a little closer. No sense in bogging you down now. But I do see South of 20 and TJ Burnham. So that's right. That's my wheelhouse right there. I'm not as into the jam band and funk stuff and all that. But I like some TJ Burnham and I like some South of 20. They do a little Southern rock and country. That's much more in my wheelhouse. Anyway, so didn't mean to handle any business before we got into the fun, but I tend to forget if I don't. Let me cut this air on real quick. All right, my predecessor, Charles E. Matthews Jr., or the third, whatever he is, Chip, as y'all know him as, doesn't like it as cold as I do in this studio. So I got to get a little cool in here. Got to get it a little cool in here. All right, so I want to jump in with this. I told a story on Facebook yesterday, and I just said, well, I got such a reaction from it that I thought I would just kind of save my reaction for the show here. And of course, I'll still direct message anybody that wants me to email them. I just got really busy yesterday and couldn't get a chance to email everybody back or message everybody back, whatever you want to call it. I posted about kind of rebuilding my credit a little bit over the last few years, but building and then rebuilding and then just kind of maintaining and building. And I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with. You know, you can pay every bill on time. You can never be late. And it's like you just can't get out of that low to mid 600 range. Just kind of stuck there, which is keeping you stuck with high interest credit cards, keeping you stuck with high interest loans. It's just outside of being able to qualify for like the great 1.9% rate somewhere like Mazda, Jackson. And it's locking you out of financial freedom. I mean, they've really screwed a lot of good people with these FICO scores. They truly have. And it's something I've been working on diligently the last few years. And I'll just tell y'all, like after I bought my truck last year, my credit score took a big hit. I guess because the price of the truck kind of combined with my credit cards were all kind of maxed out. And I'm not like, I didn't have a lot of big credit cards. I think the most limit I had on one was like $3,000. Not saying that ain't a lot, but it's not like a $10,000, $20,000 credit card, you know. But you know, there's times where Radio show does really well. Social media does really well. And then there's times where it's a little tighter. It's just the roller coaster ride in the media content creation and ad sales business that we ride. And sometimes you got to tighten that belt buckle. Sometimes you got to use a credit card to pay some bills that you didn't want to have to use a credit card to pay some bills, or credit card to buy some groceries. You know, it happens. I'm sure we've all been there. I see it now, like on Walmart.com or Grubhub and all these places where you can use Klarna, which is the pays you can break your payments up into payments. Well, obviously, to get Chick-fil-A or to buy groceries. You can finance your groceries through these things. It's crazy to me. I mean, I get it. I understand when times are hard, you got to do what you got to do. But with all that said, you know, it caused my score to go down from 680, 690, somewhere in there, close right at 700, depending on what bureau you were looking at, TransUnion, Equifax, whatever. And it went down to 585 after I bought that truck, and it just did not come back. It took like a big hit. So I bought that truck in March 7th, March 8th, something like that. And by July, it just like torpedoed down. Because you buy a big truck or buy a house, your score takes the more expensive the thing is, your score takes a hit. I expected 30, 40 points. Anyway, it don't matter how it got there. It got there. I'm like, well, what the hell am I going to do? I got to get the same back up. But let me go back a little bit in time here. I'm going to tell y'all what I did, because yesterday I ended up applying for a credit card through my credit union. I was paying my truck note, and they asked me if I want to apply for low interest, rewards-based credit card. And I'm like, you know what? I do. I was like, let's see if we can do that, because I'd like to consolidate some of my other credit cards into one that's a lower interest, because I'm paying higher interest on these credit cards. And I got those so I could build my credit back up, because you got to, it's kind of you got to pay to play, so to say, if you want to build your credit. So coming out of my divorce, my credit was trashed. It just was. The only thing I don't have bad on my credit over the last 12, 13 years is a foreclosure, because I've never owned a house to be foreclosed on. If I had, I would have a foreclosure. But that's the only bad strike I don't have on my credit. Repo. I mean, I remember exactly where I was when that happened. That was back in 2011, 2010. 2010, got a repo. After the club closed down, I remember laying up in bed and looking out my window, saw the truck being repoed out the driveway. I was like, that sucks. When I tell y'all I woke up rock bottom with nothing but the bed my parents let me sleep on and the clothes on my back. Yeah, but 34 years old, I am not kidding. I woke up with nothing after fumbling it away with drugs and partying and all that stuff, losing my club, the whole 9 yards. So constant struggle to try to get back. Ended up filing bankruptcy in like 2013, 2014, just to keep the collection agencies at bay so I could try to make enough money to pay my bills at that moment. But finally get out of all that. It takes a couple years, you get offered some, as soon as you come out of bankruptcy, like Capital One of these places will offer you some little credit cards to kind of get you back in the game. Like, hey, let's put our hooks in them and get them back in. Well, finally did that. Years of doing that. Was able to finance a vehicle again. It wasn't a cheap rate, but got up, like I said, around 680, 690, maybe 700. Got married, COVID hit, all hell broke loose. I'm not going to sit here and throw stones at anybody, but it definitely was not a two-person, it definitely was not a one-person operation in destroying credit. We'll just say that. She didn't walk away unscathed either, I can assure you. It was a mutually agreed destruction, I guess, and that's just the nicest way I can put it without just sitting here throwing stones, and we're not going to do that today. But I caught myself, I got back up there in the sixes, and I'm like, man, why can't I get over this hump? I'm doing everything they say do. I'm keeping it below 30% of used credit. I'm keeping the cards open. I'm rotating. I'm spending money. I'm paying it off every month, paying my truck note on time, my car note on time, whatever. But it just keeps kind of riding this roller coaster, 30 points up, 30 points down. I did that backwards if you're watching on the stream. I said down was going up and up with it going down, but you know what I mean. And then finally, here in the last few months, I just really locked in and started paying down these credit cards more and getting them to zero balance instead of open balance. And lo and behold, the dang score shoots up to 705. And what's weird too is I'm not talking about the Credit Karma number either, because I stalk that religiously, but I also know that it can be 15 to 20 points higher than what your score really is. There's different versions of your score. There's the deep credit hit, the full credit hit version, and then there's the 30,000 foot view version of your credit score. Because if you do a real hit, a deep hit, it knocks like 3 points off your score if they like a really run your credit. But if they just do a surface level, that doesn't affect your credit. So I was seeing it at like a 685. And I'm going to get to I'm telling y'all all this because I like context, and I'm going to get to how I did this exactly. And how, no matter how bad your credit is today, if you'll listen to me and you have patience and discipline, because trust me, if I can do this, you can too. So I knew it was so anyway, it got to 685, and I just 2 days ago downloaded that app CreditWise. It's tied in with Capital One. And I was like, it shows you your credit card debt or all your debt, but you can separate it by like credit card and say, okay, it has a credit estimator deal, a score estimator. It's like, if I pay this down by X amount within X amount of days, what will my credit score be? And you can set goals based on the score you want and the amount you think you can pay down. And it's kind of see where you want to get to. So I was like, well, I'm 685. If I can pay like $2,000 down over 3 months, I was trying to be like real realistic here, nothing crazy. Like, I'm gonna do $5,000 in 3 months or something like that. I was like, when I can do 2,000, that's about, what's that, about $660 a month, give or take, $633 a month, something like that. Let's just say $650 a month extra. Then kind of, not drink an energy drink. You can start working in your head where you can save this money, or get out, sell a couple extra ads, or make an extra TikTok video or two a day, try to make some money, whatever. And, so to me, it was going to take 3 months, and it was going to go from 685 to 722, according to this scale. Well, the other night I paid down like $600 towards some credit cards, 2 different credit cards. I'm like, I got a little extra money. Instead of buying Jason Aldean tickets, let me pay towards these credit cards. And boy, was that a big boy decision, because I did not want to do that. I wanted to buy them Jason Aldean tickets. Now I guess I can put them on a credit card. But I did that, and I was on the phone with the credit union yesterday, and they were like, hey, congratulations, sir. She goes, the exact quote, and I got emotional. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The exact quote when I gave the woman my information was, your score is a 705. Congratulations on your excellent credit. Y'all, it had been so long. I don't know that I've even ever heard that. And I used to do that as a salesman. When somebody had great credit, I would come back down, and before I said anything, I'm like, congratulations on your excellent credit. So that was like my line that I told people I sold cars to. It's like, give somebody a compliment. We got to take a break real quick. When we come back, I'm going to tell you how to fix your credit if you're sitting at rock bottom. This is not going to count if you're inside of bankruptcy right now. You got to get out of that bankruptcy. But if you're out of that bankruptcy and you want to know how you can fix your credit, no matter how bad it is, and you got patience, and you ain't trying to buy a house tomorrow, I'm going to tell you how you can do it. But it's going to take you a year or 2 or 3 to do it. But I'm going to tell you how to do it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
For decades, you've known the name Martin's for good times, great food, and the best live music. Now that's happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites, martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the Blue Plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's it's a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
Located in Ridgeland and Flora, come see me, Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance.
Need a new car? Then march right over to Mazda of Jackson and spring in the savings. Get 1.9% financing for 63 months on all 2025 CX-5s, 2026 CX-90s, CX-50s, CX-70s, and Mazda 3s with approved credit. And get 1-year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability. So get to Mazda of Jackson today, where pre-owned vehicles and hassle-free trade-in options are also available. Shop online or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road.
Since 2012, Brentech Solutions has been keeping Central Mississippi businesses connected and protected. From secure data backup and cloud services with Synology to reliable network design and maintenance, servers, and business Wi-Fi, Brentech truly does it all. Brentech is your Ring Pro partner and smart home automation solutions provider. Brentech can handle Microsoft 365 support and even Starlink. Visit brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. IT solutions that work.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show, 1039 WYAB. Inside the Men's Health, Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios, where you can always get that free testosterone screening by simply texting my name, CLAY, Clay, to 601-800-5130. Whether you need the testosterone, fellas, get your life back, get your manhood back, or you need some of them GLP-1s, start losing weight, managing your appetite. Maybe you need both. Your boy did both. Learn how to manage my weight, manage the amount of food I put in my mouth, how to push the plate away when I was full. You'd be amazed at how difficult that is. It's like we have so many great food sponsors on this show and just so many great restaurants in and around Central Mississippi. I mean, hell, you can wander in any random gas station anywhere in this state, whether it's a national chain or a mom and pop that doesn't even sell gas, just a totem store, and possibly get the best barbecue and or fried chicken, chicken on a stick, fried pork chop that you've ever had in your life. And you don't even know the name of the place. It's like J&M Supermart or something like that. Not picking on J&M Supermart or anything. So my point is, we'll always have this temptation of food always around us, and great food. So it's easy. It's easy to put on a few extra pounds around here. It's easy to not want to waste any of that great food by stopping eating when you're full. But I just want one more bite. It's never just one more bite either, is it? It ain't never just one bite left, because so many of these places give you well more than your money's worth, especially at lunchtime. And it's like half the plate left and you're full. But hey, there's hungry kids in Africa. We can't waste this. That's what I was told. Clean your plate. There's hungry kids in Africa. Well, let me box it up and ship it to them. Quit being a smart ass, Clay. Eat your food. Okay, I'll eat my food. You know, it just got me to thinking there real quick. Is it parents' faults by forcing their kids to clean their plates, like training them as kids to clean their plates, that we have obese people now because we've been pistol whooped or beaten for not cleaning our plates? And that is, I am not exaggerating. I got sent to this private, it wasn't a boarding school, but it was strict enough to be a boarding school. Some of y'all may know it. Some of y'all may not. It was over at Woodland Hills in North Jackson. It was called Burris Academy, where I met my buddy Keith McDonald. I was there for third, fourth, or fifth grade. One of them, I can't remember. Fourth sounds right. But I went from the Ed Center to there. My mom really thought I was a screwed up kid. She really did. She listened to too many people. But I ended up at Burris Academy. And still to this day, it's why I won't eat. What's that other item that they force you to eat on New Year's Day? Not black-eyed peas. Cabbage. I will not eat cabbage. I mean, I've had a few times here lately where I was kind of forced to do it because somebody I was dating was like, you got to try my cabbage. And it was good. I ain't gonna lie, but I could, if I never ate it again, I wouldn't be disappointed. And I'm probably never going to eat it again because I'm not dating that person anymore. So no cabbage for me. But anyway, if you didn't clean your whole plate, I mean, all of it, you got the paddle. Like Mr. Burris would paddle your ass for not cleaning your plate. And they always had steamed cabbage. A, it stunk. And B, I just didn't like the texture. And C, I didn't like it. So I would like hold my nose, just drop it down my throat and like, ooh, and chase it with water or whatever they were feeding us to drink. But anyway, I think we have, because of that, we've trained people that you can't waste food. You know, I've never put this all together before. I should have thought about this before. It's the school's fault that our kids are fat. I don't think school choice is going to fix that one, Lindsay. They all do it. What about it's the parents and the schools forcing us to clean our plates. It's disrespectful not to clean your plate. But I'm full. I don't care. It puts the lotion on the skin. I have ran up against the clock here to have to take another break to stay on schedule. So we're going to do that. When we come back from this train wreck of a segment, we are going to tell you how to finish fixing your credit. This is the Clay Edwards Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Mazda Jackson live stream. And of course, on 103.9 WYAB.
WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
103.9 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Men, let's talk about low testosterone. Do you suffer from any of these symptoms? Low sex drive, ED. Are you always tired, depressed? You have loss of muscle mass? You're obese? Maybe you have loss of focus and drive? Then you, my friends, may suffer from low testosterone. Let my buddies over at Men's Health in Mississippi, located right there in Madison, check your numbers today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. Check them out online at menshealthms.com. That's menshealthms.com. Men's Health Mississippi.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness in Mississippi. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Got electrical problems? Marty Cowden and Cowden Electric are here for you. Cowden Electric is your trusted electrician serving the Jackson area for 3 decades. Electrical repair, service, and home rewiring are just the start of what Cowden Electric can do. Cowden Electric also installs generators to keep your power going when everyone else's lights are out. Plus, LED lighting, remodels, new construction, no job is too small. Visit CowdenElectric.com today to see all that they do. Cowden Electric, powering your home and business.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Spring is in the air and temperatures are on the rise, requiring us to run the AC nonstop. Don't let those days sneak up on you. Call Pure Air Consultants today for your spring inspection on your AC system. Pure Air Consultants, your go-to Ring Pro partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time at all. Locally owned and operated, Ring and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue. Contact Pure Air Consultants today online at mypureconsultants.com. That's mypureconsultants.com.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show, 103.9 WYAB. Since I basically spent that whole last segment doing an ad read that turned into a rabbit hole, I will save the ad read to the end of the segment, and let's just pick right back up on the credit thing. We are live in the Men's Health and Women's Wellness Mississippi studios. If you want to text into the show, the text number on the Ellis Autoplex text line is 769-241-1944. We got some texts. We'll read those here shortly. All right, so what I did when my credit was at its worst, and look, I'm just doing this because I'm not doing this to brag about me getting to a 705. I can assure you that's not why I do this. Anytime I do something, I look at it as an opportunity to try to help somebody that may think that they're alone. Does that make sense? That may think they're at rock bottom, and people always get on me like, you're not positive enough. Look, I'm positive in my own way. For me, my positive work and the using my platform for good and all these things y'all accuse me of not doing, I'm like this walking, talking, breathing billboard for if this idiot can fix his problems, anybody can. too many of y'all know me and have known me in real life for far too long. You know, there's nothing special about me. There's nothing that makes me better than you, smarter than you, more willing than you to do it, more able than you to do it. At least that's how I see myself. Because I mean, people may think I just have all this confidence, and I have a lot more now than I used to. But I've always suffered from lack of confidence and low self-esteem. Always. I think I probably masked it with being overly boisterous and overly confident, but that was to hide the fact that I was neither. And I think that's like with most things in life, it's like somebody has to constantly tell you how smart they are. They're usually not smart. But anyway, so I try to use my stories and my life story, my testimony, my lived experience, whatever you want to call it, just so people out there can know, well, if Clay can do it, I can do it legitimately. If he can lose weight, if he can get his credit back right, if he can overcome being fired from multiple jobs and whatever, find financial and just find consistency in life, anybody can. So with that said, when I was at like my financial rock bottom credit wise, I remember, because I did spend time in the car business, a lot of time. I did work with people a lot on credit, and I did work with banks a lot on getting people financed and getting people with bad credit financed. And something I had remembered from that time, or hell, I was probably still doing it at that time, but something I remembered was you got to have some revolving credit, right? It's like, it's so hard to build credit. It is so hard to build credit when you have none, whether you have new credit and you're a kid coming into your 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. It's like, can I just get some help? You know, because maybe your parents didn't co-sign for you for something. Maybe they didn't put you on a credit card to help you out, or maybe they did and something went awry and that messed your credit up. Yeah, because that can happen too. What you got to do is one or two things. You need to save $500 to $1,000 somehow. This is the best way. Save $500 to $1,000, walk into a credit union, join it. You got to start a checking account, usually like $25, become a member of a credit union, and then take $500, $1,000, whatever, and get a secured loan. That means you're borrowing against your own money. You're giving them the money to loan you back. Now, I don't think the interest rate's high on a secured loan, but work that out with them. I don't know. And then you just put it in an account, and just the money just moves from that account to this account, that account to this account every month when the bill's due. Because they give you the money back as a loan. Now you're going to have to pay a little in interest, but just put that money in the checking account that you started at the credit union. And when the bill comes due every month, pay it a day or two early. Pay it 3 days early, a week early, whatever. Don't pay it a month early, but anyway, do as you can, but just move that over. Right? All right, it was $50, $75 is due this month. Let me do it. And that's going to take, you're going to have to do that enough to get a good year to 18 months worth of credit history. So you may do a 6-month loan or a 3-month loan, then turn around, close it, do another one. Turn around, close it, do another one. Turn around, close it, do another one. If you're lucky enough to be able to save a couple $1,000s, open up multiple. Get that revolving credit going. And it's just you taking your money and just paying it back to yourself every month. Or paying it, you give the bank the money, they give you the money back, and then you pay them for the money. Like I said, it's going to be a little interest on it. I don't know what, but let's just say $100 over the time. You got to pay to play. That's the best way to do it. Now, unfortunately, most people in financial strife don't have $500 to $1,000 laying around because you're just living hand to mouth, right? Living week to week. That's where I was. I wasn't able to do that option at that time in my life, unfortunately. So you can do a secured credit card. One of these like Credit One banks. I don't know. You can get on Credit Karma and it'll put all your information in Credit Karma. It'll tell you what you can get. The Credit Karma guarantee ones, even with the worst ain't never paid a bill in your life credit, you can get a credit card if you can front the $300 or whatever and the service fee and this, that, and the other. And you got to do that. And that's what you got to do to get that. Just got to kick that revolving credit door down and just get something. And I suggest max that thing out every month, pay it off, max it out, pay it off, max it out, pay it off. Now the interest is high. You know, if it's a $300 limit on that credit card and you got a 29.9% interest rate, because that's the highest you can have in the state of Mississippi, couldn't fathom paying more than that. I can't fathom paying that, but I did. So, you know, if it's $300, you're going to spend right at $99 a month in interest, but you're building your credit. You're getting that credit back. Again, you got to pay to play. And you do that for a few months, you're going to get offered some more cards with a higher limit. Take them, whether you use them or not, take them. Because it builds you, you know, gives your available credit number gets higher, and use less of it. So let's just say, for example, you've got $1,000 worth of available credit. You don't want to use more than 30% of that. So what's 30% of 1,000? $300. You want to keep the used credit below $300, but not at zero. Because they got to show that you will pay your bills. This is really, really elementary stuff. We should be teaching this in school. Unfortunately, we don't, that I'm aware of, at least when I dropped out in 10th grade and went on to Hines, I had not learned this yet. If they teach it now, great. Maybe there's an elective that teaches finance, basic how to build credit finance. Maybe not. I mean, I think it should be something that is taught daily. But that's it. It's just that simple. And there's no easy way. You got to be dedicated. You got to be down for the struggle. You got to be disciplined. You got to quit wasting money on things you don't need. And you got to accept the fact that you're going to pay a lot of interest to fix your credit. But you can do it. You know, big picture, a year or two ain't that long. You know, 3 years, it really ain't that long to get back right. You didn't screw your credit up overnight, most likely. You know, unless you got sick or hurt or just got cracked out and quit paying your bills. You know, it was probably a long, drawn out process to get into debt and to screw your credit up. But to get out of it, you know, it's going to be a long, drawn out process. But you can't expedite it by playing the credit card hustle, as I call it. You know, I think it took me having 7 or 8 open credit cards. I'm not using 7 or 8 credit cards, but it took me having 7 or 8 and getting that credit limit up there, available credit. I keep calling it credit limit, the available credit number high, and keeping the usage around 30%. And where my credit took the hit last year was it got a little tight, and I had a roommate that wasn't paying their half of the bills. So I was having to pay all the bills unexpectedly. And I lost a chunk of my income when I got put in Facebook jail. And I was demonetized for 3 months. And, you know, you start depending on that. You know, you start basing your bills on how much money you make. And I was like, okay, well, I can afford this because I got X amount of money coming in. What I have learned since then is I've kind of built a firewall around myself. I don't base my available debt, so to say. I don't base anything. I only base what I can afford on what I make from the radio show. This is my most consistent income, is the advertising and stuff from here. So I don't base anything on what I might make on social media, what I might make selling shirts, what I might make doing anything else. If I make that is just extra money. That's great. But I do not depend on that to pay a bill. I'm not saying I don't pay bills with it, but just that, you know, that's just extra money. That is, I'm not basing my income, my budget's the word I'm looking for. I'm not basing my budget on anything except my main income, not my side hustle income. And it's crazy because this was my side hustle and now it's my main income. But hey, work hard, grind hard, and you can do today what others won't. So tomorrow you can do what others can't. And I think that is a great thought process to have when it comes to rebuilding your credit or building your credit. But yesterday, just kind of out of the blue, I was blindsided in a good way with congratulations, sir, on your excellent credit. Your score is 705. I literally, got choked up because I knew how hard I'd been working on that. I don't know what number I stalk more, my BMI or my credit score, but I'm very happy with both. And I was like, man, I hate that it took me to 48 years old to get my crap together. But man, is it all the more rewarding when you finally do. So anyway, I just thought when I made my message on Facebook, my post on Facebook yesterday about all this, I tagged it at the end with, if anybody has any questions about this, hit me up. And I thought about it, said, man, it sounds like I'm trying to sell something, like I'm trying to sell some credit repair or something like that. And I am not trying to sell any credit repair. I'm not trying to refer you to anybody or nothing like that. I understand how aggravating it can be when you're stuck trying to get your credit right and you can't, and you get rejected. And the older you get, the more embarrassing that is. And if you got kids that need something and you can't go get a loan or co-sign for your kids to try to help them get a car or whatever. And I know people say, that's why you got to pay cash. I love when people say, that's why you got to pay cash for everything. Everybody can't pay cash for everything. Have you bought anything lately? It's like we're sitting here talking about having troubles doing a secured loan at the bank for $500 or $1,000. And you can't tell that person, that's why you need to pay cash for everything. Where's this cash tree at? Let me go pick some money off of it. Can I buy seeds at Home Depot? In my local money dispensary? Does the ATM spit out seeds? Pay cash for everything. Good luck. I mean, I'm glad that you were taught that discipline and you were able to save your piggy bank till it overfloweth with enough cash to pay cash for everything. But it ain't be like that for the rest of us. I had a lifestyle to uphold. I needed bottles at the table. I needed boobies in my face. I got chasing big booty chicks all around town. I couldn't save money. I was spending it faster than I could make it. I'm kind of joking, not really. Kinda, not really. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. This is the Clay Edwards Show, 103.9 WYAB. That segment, I don't know that I want to attach that segment to any of my sponsors. Let's be honest here. So we'll save an ad read for a little bit later. We'll be right back.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, experience counts, and the Rusty Healy Agency has been serving Madison and the rest of the Jackson Metro for over 35 years. Local agent Landon Thompson is keeping that trusted tradition going strong. As a local independent agent, he's not locked into one provider. The Rusty Healy Agency can shop the top insurance companies to find the best fit for you. And everyone knows that the Rusty Healy Agency and Landon Thompson offer top quality local customer service. Contact Landon today at 601-856-3681.
Got electrical problems? Marty Cowden and Cowden Electric are here for you. Cowden Electric is your trusted electrician, serving the Jackson area for 3 decades. Electrical repair, service, and home rewiring are just the start of what Cowden Electric can do. Cowden Electric also installs generators to keep your power going when everyone else's lights are out. Plus, LED lighting, remodels, new construction, no job is too small. Visit CowdenElectric.com today to see all that they do. Cowden Electric, powering your home and business.
Huddle up, wing lovers, and double your count for less on Wing Tuesdays at Buffalo Wild Wings. When you buy one order of traditional wings, get one for 50% off. No time to dine? Order for delivery and wing it up with a crew at home. Or pick up takeout when you're on the go. Limit one per order, not valid with any other offers. Additional terms and conditions apply. Huddle up for Wing Tuesday at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Delicious food and a relaxing atmosphere combine to make the best place for sports fans and foodie fans to watch the game and just hang out. Capitol Grill of Jackson. Of course they've got the games, but food, oh my goodness. Mouth-watering po' boys, fish, steaks, appetizers, and a specialty pizza menu. Kitchen opens at 5 Monday through Thursday and 11 Friday through Sunday. And happy hours are daily at Capitol Grill. Also enjoy the all-new Tuesday night and karaoke on Wednesday and Friday nights from 8 till midnight with DJ Money Mod. Capitol Grill, DeVille Plaza in Jackson.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions, at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
All Britain's Jewelers. When love requires a gift, nothing says it better than All Britain's. Since 1920, we've been part of your family. From weddings and anniversaries to holidays, we've been there for every special occasion. At All Britain's, we value your trust. Every gift, whether large or small, is a reflection of our commitment to quality and excellence. There's a reason we're still Mississippi's foremost diamond merchant. Let us show you why. All Britain's Jewelry, 4460 Old Canton Road in Jackson. All Britain's Jewelers.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for two things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
When you feel like your business is drowning in paperwork and compliance issues, it's time to call P-Police. Let P-Police take care of the busy work so that you can save valuable time and focus on what really matters, growing your business. P-Police is based in Ridgeland, so you're always dealing with local professionals who will actually understand your business and its needs. Join thousands of satisfied clients who trust P-Police to simplify their employee administration. Visit ppolice.com. That's ppolice.com to learn more.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studio. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Hey guys, lunch today, McBee's Bar and Grill. It's Tuesday. It's beef tips over rice there at McBee's. That's right there on the Ridgeland side of the reservoir. Buzzing a Rez since 1982, one of the last great Mississippi dive bars. It really is, man. It's so cool in there. It's just so neat in there. Follow them on Facebook, McBee's Bar and Grill. Check out all the entertainment listings, all the great stuff they got going on. They post pictures of the Blue Plate special every day, every Monday through Friday. And so you kind of know what's on there, what's going on for the day. They post all their music listings, all that great stuff. So good times to be had at McBee's. If you're looking for a Blue Plate special on the other side of the reservoir, maybe you're going to be out in Rankin County. Over on Holly Bush Road, Cypress Point Resort. Today's is roast beef, or it's pot roast. Served with potatoes. I believe it's potatoes. Carrots. Served with carrots on a bed of mashed potatoes and gravy or rice and gravy. Yum, yum. It's right there at Cameron's Garage. And, of course, the full menu is available as well. You can always get the ribeye steak sandwich. But, hey, bring an appetite or bring a second person, because it is enough food to feed and get full two different people. We'll see y'all back here in just a minute on 103.9 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
103.9 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has just given an update on the Iran war. He says, simply, we are winning. And he's called out two former presidents in the process.
Hegseth said this is not 2003.
This is not endless nation building under those types of quagmires we saw under Bush or Obama.
He promised another increase in firepower.
Today will be yet again our most intense day of strikes inside Iran.
Hegseth listed three main objectives: destroy Iran's missile and drone capabilities, destroy its navy, and permanently deny Iran nuclear weapons.
Their military is being systematically degraded and annihilated.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Iran says it's launched new attacks against Persian Gulf countries and Israel. Correspondent Charlie D'Agata is in Tel Aviv.
This isn't like a false alarm. When those air raid sirens go off,
it means something is in the neighborhood. So Iran has continued to be able to strike here in Israel, or at least attempt those strikes.
Sirens also sounding today in Dubai and Bahrain. Iran's Navy still poses a threat to ships transporting oil through the Strait of Hormuz with its drones and surface-to-surface missiles. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
If the conflict drags on and the strait continues to be impassable, experts warn oil prices could rise to $150 a barrel, driving up gasoline and other energy prices further.
Iraqi officials say they're exploring alternate routes to export oil. Gasoline prices in the U.S. hit a national average of $3.54 a gallon this morning. There is a new law restricting abortions in Wyoming. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
Governor Mark Gordon signed the heartbeat bill, banning most abortions once embryonic cardiac activity is detected, usually around 6 weeks of pregnancy. He acknowledged the new law will likely face legal challenges, and the state's only abortion clinic is already saying it does plan to challenge it in court.
Authors on both sides of the Atlantic are hitting back at artificial intelligence. CBS's Vicky Barker has details from London.
Writers in the U.S. and U.K. can now have special logos put on the covers of their books, certifying human, not AI, authorship. Tracy Chevalier, author of Girl with a Pearl Earring, says book buyers deserve that information.
The human authored logo will be placed on books so that readers can make that decision themselves. We're trying to aim for transparency.
And about 10,000 writers have contributed to Don't Steal This Book, whose only content is a list of their names.
Dow futures down 129. This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
It might take time to think. They might go get Brad.
On CBS, Sunday morning.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9701. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an 8+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-9701. That's 800-507-9701. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real.
Local news and weather brought to you by Mississippi Energy Services. We're your fast, affordable, and friendly generator service company. msenergy.us. msenergy.us.
An arrest in a fatal hit and run. 83 is the high today, decreasing clouds. Tonight, you can expect clouds around with a low at 67. For Wednesday, showers and storms. A 60% chance with a high at 83. The risk for severe storms right now stands at a level 2 in 5. Those storms could include damaging winds, hail, and maybe tornadoes. Wednesday night, more rain with a low at 48. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. In the hit and run on Chastain Drive in Jackson that happened last Tuesday, where 21-year-old Caitlin Mangum Gast of Brandon was killed and a 36-year-old man injured while riding bikes, 57-year-old Shannon Thomas, who officers say was driving the pickup and drove away, has been charged with murder, attempted murder, and leaving the scene. An arrest has also been made in a shooting that happened just after midnight on North Point Parkway in Jackson, where 27-year-old Anthony Watts was found shot several times on the sidewalk. JPD says 42-year-old Patrick Harris is charged with murder, aggravated assault, and shooting into an occupied vehicle. A woman who accepted a ride from a stranger was assaulted back on February 26th, say police in Oxford. And the 19-year-old man who police believe did that, Keelan Trevion Lewis, has been arrested and charged with kidnapping and attempted rape. That happened on University Avenue while the woman was walking home from downtown. A celebration of life will be held 11 a.m. Saturday at the Rose E. McCoy Auditorium on the Jackson State campus for Dr. Elaine Hayes Anthony, a professor, president of the Mississippi Association of Broadcasters, former JSU interim president, and TV journalist who died last week. Mississippi's gas average now at $3.03, says Gas Buddy. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
Your pool should be something you enjoy.
not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
More testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal. And they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a motherfucker.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay and
Boom goes La Dynamite. It's hour 2 of the most incendiary show on the RADIO radio. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I'm, of course, Clay Edwards. 1039 WYAB, the 50,000 watt blowtorch. We're streaming worldwide over on the Mazda Jackson live stream. That can be found on Facebook, X, Rumble, YouTube, and even the diabolical TikTok. That's now American owned, by the way. That's now owned by the Ellison and Skydance Corporation that just bought Warner Brothers and also owns Paramount. And so we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. We ain't been kicked off of there yet. Today's the 3rd show, and we have not been given a community standards violation yet. And well, we talked about the T's a little yesterday. We're going to talk about them more in the second hour. But anyway, you can find all those platforms by typing in Save JXN on any of them. And I have efforted all I can to get Instagram to work. It just will not pick up the stream. So you know what? It is what it is. As far as that goes, that's a bunch of rabble-rousers, outside agitators over there anyway. We don't need them. But we got Andrew Gosser, Mr. All Gosser, no breaks here in the studios with us, the Men's Health and Women's Wellness Mississippi studio. Before we get to Andrew, real quick, this segment brought to you by our friends over at Anglin Plumbing. Dylan Anglin and his team could tackle any job, no job too big, no job too small, from a clogged toilet, a backed up sink, a dishwasher disposal, whatever you got, all the way up to new construction plumbing, complete remodels, and more. Don't hesitate. They can do commercial, residential. They're doing a big multi-unit apartment complex now up in the Golden Triangle. I think 12, 13 units. They're completely doing plumbing remodel on. That's all new pipe and replumbing, the whole 9 yards. My point being, if they can do that, they can, of course, take care of your service call there at your residential unit or your remodel, or maybe you're doing an expansion, whatever you got, they can handle. Here's the other thing too. They're hiring right now. You know, we got the AI push going. A lot of jobs are being replaced. A lot of entry-level jobs are being replaced. A lot of mid-level white-collar jobs are being replaced. If you ain't scared to swap that white collar for a T-shirt and get out there and get dirty, some shorts or jeans or whatever, some work pants, some work boots, you ain't scared to get dirty, son, you can make a lot of money. And I can just about guarantee you in our lifetime, we might have flying cars. We ain't going to have AI plumbers. Nope. Not going to happen. So Anglin is hiring. I think pay starting around $50,000 a year, depending upon experience. You can make more. And, you know, you're going to have a lot of freedom. You ain't going to be stuck behind a desk all day, staring at a dang computer. And I'm telling you, you're learning to work with your hands. Y'all know I'm a big fan of trade schools. And you know, college ain't for everybody. You got a kid graduating high school or just graduated high school. They out there going to one of the junior colleges, kind of wasting away, barely getting by, forcing a square peg into a round hole, get them to reach out to Dylan over there at Anglin Plumbing. The website is anglinplumbing.com. That's ANGLIN plumbing.com. And hey, maybe you're just maybe you need a change of pace. I don't know why I keep just assuming that ain't nothing but parents listening to this that might have a son that needs a change of career or needs a career. Maybe you need a career or a change of careers. And maybe this could be it. I got a friend of mine that did 6 years in jail for dope and got out and started plumbing with a guy. And now about 6, 7 of them, he's about 10 years out now. He owns a big plumbing company making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And this guy's got tattoos on his face, to his feet, everywhere in between. He was a gang member, the whole 9 yards. And he was able to turn his life around, a little hard work, a little discipline, and made a fortune plumbing. All right, that's Anglin Plumbing, anglinplumbing.com, right there in Pearl, Mississippi. All right, Andrew Gosser, how you doing, brother?
Good morning. Good morning. Doing great.
It is election day here. I failed to mention that in the first hour. It is election day, primary day in Mississippi. Y'all need to get out and vote if there's a relevant race in your district.
There's definitely a relevant race in District 2, both on the Republican side and the Democrat side. First time good old Benny Thompson's actually had a real primary. Granted, the guy's from out of the state and his carpetbagging his way there, but he's putting up a good fight.
Well, and tell us about the Republican ticket.
The Republican ticket, you've got two candidates running, Mr. Eller and another gentleman. I always forget his name.
See, and that was exactly what I was going to say. And that's why I predict Ron Eller to win today. I know the other guy's got a massive self-funded bankroll. He's got one of the smartest political teams in the state behind him, helping him out. And the fact that two guys sitting here on WYAB couldn't tell you his name, or I couldn't point him out of a lineup if he was standing in front of me, is a problem. Same goes for the Sarah Attican girl.
I remember her name.
I only remember it because I saw it yesterday after I couldn't remember it. And I've met her. So you can say, well, Clay, that's on you. You don't remember people. But I haven't heard a single ad for her, not on this station. And if you're only advertising on Super Talk because you think that's the station you need to be advertising on, you are sadly mistaken if you're a political candidate. The only people, for the most part, that listen to Super Talk are people who are A, in politics, and B, and this ain't a knock at Super Talk, this is just facts. It's like, or B, people who are, they ain't voting for a grassroots up and coming candidate.
Nope.
I'm just telling you. That's like these candidates that end up at Grip and Grin or the Brandon Breakfast, the Rankin County Breakfast, going and trying to talk to all the people. Man, all those people are so rooted into who they're voting for. You ain't changing a single vote going out there to if you're primarying a seated, what do people call it?
Incumbent.
Incumbent. Thank you. If you're primarying an incumbent on the conservative ticket, you are wasting your time going to these lunch and breakfasts to speak, thinking you're going to change a single damn vote. You need to be knocking on doors.
Let me push back on that a little bit. You absolutely need to go to those things, but you're absolutely right. You need to be knocking on doors, and you also need to be running a race that you can actually win.
Yeah,
because we've got people who decide they're going to have these delusions of grandeur. They're going to be the next senator. They're going to be the next congressman or governor, and they can't even walk their dog around the block to meet their neighbors. And those are the type of people who unfortunately run as grassroots conservatives, and then they expect you to give them your name and your endorsement to help them get over the line. And, they can't make it outside a 3-block area of their own home with a decent campaign. They can't raise money, can't get signs, can't do advertising, whether that be television, radio, internet, or otherwise. And it's difficult. So even though, and the reason I didn't have Kevin Wilson's name is because I keep on calling Kevin Wilson Jason White. I get the two confused. But and Jason White obviously is the Speaker of the House. But my point being is that we've got people in races way up on top of the ticket that have no business being there. And this is America. You can go do what the heck you want. You've got a briefcase full of $1 million and you want to put some petrol on it and burn it. Hey, this is America. Have at it. But when it comes to politics, that would be much better spent running for something locally, like a county board supervisor, or in Hinds County, an election commissioner, something like that where, number one, you don't need to know as many people. You can go out and learn your neighborhoods. You can actually decide, do you want to walk the neighborhood that you're actually asking to serve in?
Let me make an example here. It's not, I can make Mississippi examples too, but the race in Texas right now between Paxton and Corrin, Wesley Hunt was in that race.
Yep.
Wesley Hunt is extremely well known on social media.
Yep.
I mean, he's like a conservative Jasmine Crockett, and say what you won't, say what you will. Jasmine's done a great job of marketing herself.
Yes.
Wesley Hunt has done the same thing. But he's a congressman, not a senator. His district knows who he is. And people outside of Texas that follow right-wing Instagram and Twitter knows who he is, but he could not beat. I couldn't point Ken Paxton out of lineup. I know the name. I couldn't point. I never even heard of John Cornyn, just to be honest with you, until this race.
Yep.
But he's not my senator. He doesn't make waves. Why would I know who he is? For the most part, I can't get the mine here to do anything. How the hell am I going? Why am I worried about the one in Texas? But I could point Wesley Hunt out of a lineup.
Yep.
But he couldn't even make it to the runoff.
Nope. And there's rumors out there that this is what they'll do too, because Ken Paxton would have beat John Cornyn. John Cornyn, and this is just my opinion, a terrible U.S. senator.
Hunt sucked the enough votes away
from Paxton.
Yeah.
Yep. So now it's going to go to a runoff, and now you're going to see what happened in the 3rd congressional district in Mississippi a couple of years ago when Michael Guest had Michael Cassidy primarying him, and he was doing good. And there was that one candidate who took in like 3,000 votes and just shaved it enough to where Cassidy had 49.9 and Guest, I think, had 49.7.
It kept him from winning the primary, and then it went to the runoff, and they dumped it, I think, $3 million, $1 million or $3 million, and I forget the number. And Cassidy didn't gain or lose a vote.
Nope.
But Guest gained like 30,000 votes. It was some huge number.
Well, here's even the more crazy thing. Neshoba County GOP chairman reached out to the Democrat Party to say, hey, if you didn't vote in the Democrat Party, come and vote in a runoff. And he ended up having to resign out of that.
I remember all that. I remember seeing the email.
Yeah, I saw the email. I was just like, what are we doing in Mississippi?
No, they've been trying that thing. That goes all the way back to was it Trent Lott? And was that the Trent Lott and Chris McDaniel thing? It was Trent Lott and McDaniel were the people that found, it was Trent Lott, I'm almost positive. But anyway, the Republican Party, I remember hearing 99 Jam when it went to the primary. I remember 99 Jams, the black station in town. The Mississippi GOP Trent Lott people were running ads on 99 Jams, begging black people to come vote Republican in this race.
Man.
And I just thought, man, and I wasn't either. That was 2014 or so. I remember I was working at Hair and Gear Toyota then, so that's how I remember when things happened. And I just remember thinking, that seems a little dirty. Why are they doing that? Of course, now I know.
Yep.
Now I know. Yeah. So bringing it back to Mississippi here in these local races, you brought up Cassidy. That was the last chance that a newcomer had of knocking out one of these incumbents. And we hadn't had anybody come close since. And I think it's going to be a long time before you see somebody come close again that hasn't come up through the ranks a little bit better. Cassidy came out of nowhere, but he was just the Top Gun pilot. It was coming out of COVID. There was a lot of stuff that lined up. And I like Michael Cassidy. I still keep in touch with him. And I loved when he went and knocked the head off that Satan tattoo. That Satan statue.
Yep.
Up in Idaho or Wyoming, Iowa last year or 2 years ago, whatever it was, called a felony for that. I don't know how that all worked out, but neither here nor there. It's going to be a long time before I think somebody is able to come back up and nip these guys on the heels like that. You talk about run races you can win.
Yep.
I want you to, think about all the people who are currently representing the state, whether it's Congress or Senate. These are people who came up through the ranks. These are people who were appointed.
Some of them, not all, but yes, some of them.
Some of them were appointed.
Definitely your senators were appointed.
Yeah. So you didn't have a chance to vote these people. And once they're the incumbent for 2 or 3 years, they're the incumbent, Yep. And it's damn near impossible to beat the incumbent in Mississippi. What is it? I think 96%, some insane number of re-elections that incumbents win in the state of Mississippi. And so it's just, and Michael Guest came up as DA. He had this big name in Rankin County. It was going to be hard to beat Mike Guest in Rankin County. But man, he's done. I'm hot and cold on. I love the people that work for Michael.
Yep.
Michael's done a lot of things I ain't happy with. He did this thing. He voted to not release the Congress or Senate, whatever the
sexual assault,
the sexual assault stuff. And I want to defend that sort of for 1 second here.
Okay, I got something on that too as well.
And we got to go to break, but I want to defend that real quick. Just like I think we're seeing with the Epstein files, I think there's a lot of garbage in there. I think a lot of times, you know how lawsuits work. People will file stuff because they know you will just settle with them instead of having to be drugged into court and go through a public humiliation ritual for this stuff. And what I want to know is, well, you got a settlement, but where was the criminal charges that if you were sexually assaulted?
Yep.
You know, and I know some of it's sexual harassment, not sexual assault, but you know, is all of it was just sexual harassment, you know, and I'm sure some of it was. There's something coming out where Cornyn may have had to pay off some boy that he was sexually harassing. I got the screenshot. We'll get to that. We'll get your thoughts on this too. We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show with Andrew Gosser, 103.9 WYAB.
WYAB. When leaks, clogs, or cold showers slow you down, call on Anglin Plumbing, the plumbing experts who get the job done right the first time. Leaky faucet, sink, or toilet? Need a water heater installed? Call on Anglin Plumbing. You can always trust Anglin's reliable and hardworking technicians. Don't let plumbing headaches ruin your day. Call on Anglin Plumbing Service to get it fixed. And you can be a part of the team. Anglin Plumbing is now hiring. Learn more about Anglin Plumbing at anglinplumbing.com.
For decades, you've known the name Martin's for good times, great food, and the best live music. Now that's happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites, martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the blue plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for 2 things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
Located in Ridgeland and Flora, come see me, Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Looking to make technology work for your business instead of the other way around? Visit brentech.ms today. From reliable network infrastructure and wireless internet to cloud or on-premise backups, Brentech has solutions that keep your business connected, secure, and running smoothly. Don't let tech headaches slow you down. Discover how Brentech can simplify and elevate your business at brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. Brentech, technology made easy.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show, 103.9 WYAB, inside the Men's Health, Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. Real quick correction. Thank you to the texter. Thad Cochran was the name I was looking for. V. Chris McDaniel, not Trent Lott. I knew that didn't sound right when I was saying it. So I appreciate the folks texting in there and getting me tuned up there on my political knowledge there. Man, that right there led to a huge awakening in the state. It became the true fracturing of the conservative party in the state. And that's why there's still a fracture in this state between MAGA and MAGA and grassroots ain't the same thing, by the way. There's MAGA, there's grassroots, and then there's the establishment GOP. There's at minimum three different. And now with the younger generation, and I got to do an ad read, but with the younger generation having Israel derangement syndrome, that are also conservatives and Democrats with the same derangement syndrome, but for different reasons, there's at minimum four different conservative parties in this state.
Yep.
And I was talking to a young friend of mine last night about this very thing. Anyway, real quick, this segment brought to you by our friends over at 042 Wine and Spirits. Guys, if you obviously, they got a wide selection of wine and spirits in there. I went by there Friday and got a few things. And for all the inventory struggles that we've heard about throughout the state and here locally, whether it's restaurants or liquor stores or casinos or anything else, the shelves were rather full there at 042, and they had everything I was looking for, but that doesn't mean they got a whole lot of it in the back. So swing by, get what you need. I'm a simple man when it comes to my alcohol pleasures. I like Fireball, and I've grown an infatuation or an affection for these little old smoky flavored moonshine shots, little airplane bottles. I mean, I could buy the whole mason jar thing. Don't get me wrong, but I know me well enough to know that I don't need to do that. So I get like 2 or 3 of the different flavors. The banana pudding is fabulous. The creamsicle or dreamsicle or whatever you want to call it, the orange push-up flavor. That's probably my go-to on everything. I just love that flavor. And then they have the, what was the other really good one? Oh, they had birthday cake. I had that one the other day. Oh my goodness. So good. And those are all just right there at the checkout counter. And anyway, but they were stocked up, man. I spent about 20 minutes in there, had some good conversations with complete strangers. And we're just talking about the liquor stuff and different bourbons and whiskeys and real moonshine, not store-bought moonshine, just all kind of good stuff, man. I always love stopping by a good liquor store and just conversating with folks. And 042 Wine and Spirits, man, it's locally owned, it's locally operated. When other stores seem to be struggling with inventory, 042, at least to the naked eye, what was on the shelf, they were rather stocked up. So swing by, check them out today. They're located right there next to Sonny's Barbecue in Cross Gates, Brandon, right across from City Hall and all that good stuff. Again, award-winning, locally owned. 042 Wine and Spirits. All right. I gave my 2 cents, Andrew, on the sexual harassment stuff. And look, I'm all for it being released. Let me be on the record. But I just was thinking yesterday when I was working out, I've got to where I try to run through multiple levels. I'm trying to get a little better and look at things from both sides. All right, Clay, instead of overreaction, what is the reaction? Why could they be doing this? And I went back to Trump talking about, and I'm not saying this is right. I'm just saying, I'm looking at it from both angles. I went back to Trump saying about the Epstein stuff being released. There's going to be a bunch of innocent people who's just willy-nilly listed in there who haven't done anything wrong. And they're going to have this scarlet letter of just being in the files. And, I think that you have a lot of that with this type stuff too, where people knew they could sue and they did. because they knew that you will just settle versus having your name dragged through the mud for sexual harassment or assault.
So with that,
I'm sure that is the minority, by the way.
We know that in every operation like this, people get dragged into it who end up being completely exonerated, and that's just how the system works. Now, what happened with the House, and some people say it's a $5 million slush fund. Some people say it's as high as $17 million slush fund of where people get paid out money for complaints of sexual assault, sexual harassment, whatever. Well, the vote kicked the entire investigation to the House Ethics Committee. And that's a big deal because that's the only committee in the Congress that has an equal number of Democrats and Republicans on each side. But would you happen to know who the chairman of the House Ethics Committee is?
Michael Guest.
So, Michael, you got this, man. You are an accomplished attorney. Last night, I am what I consume. I spent probably 2.5 hours on Grok just probing all this and letting Grok do all the research. And oh my gosh, the things I learned last night was incredible. But to my point is that Michael Guest is going to be able to come out here and say, these are all the BS ones. These ones need to go ahead and be prosecuted. And this is going to be a test of Michael Guest's leadership on this. I think he's going to do a great job. He's going to get the ones that need to be got, and the ones that aren't, they're going to end up walking away from this. But we can't sit there. I mean, who in their right mind, who allows a slush fund for this type of activity in a club? Like if you were the local golf club, whatever, Swinging Pines Golf Club here in Madison, and you've got a slush fund for sexual assault and sexual harassment, you don't think that Lynn Finch wouldn't be up there sitting there investigating that, going into all that for complaints? This is just the double standard of the political class against the rest of us. Exhibit number 9,463.
Well, so are they investigating it or not?
Well, it's been referred to the House Ethics Committee for review.
Got it. Okay, so I just thought they had just said, no, we're not doing this.
No, they kicked it back specifically to the House Ethics Committee. I'm positive of it.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just make sure I just kind of saw the headline on it. I didn't take a deep dive into it. I was like, go figure. Anybody who thought they were going to release that was a pipe dream. That they're never going to release that, no more than they're ever going to disallow insider trading or install term limits.
Or pass the Save America Act. They're not going to do that either.
What they'll do is Speaker Thune will arrange a dog show, a pet show.
Oh, yeah, because who doesn't love dogs?
Because they said we don't have time for the vote today, but we got this pet parade down in the lobby. Bro, if there was ever a bigger slap to the American public, then I don't know, of all the different ones going on right now, of everything everybody's offended by, that offended me at my core more than anything I have seen in a long time.
Wait, you're serious?
Yeah.
There was
I'm dead serious. When he said,
I thought you were literally pulling my leg. He did time for a pet parade.
And when he specifically said, we don't have time for the Save America vote this week, and didn't explain why. Well, 5 minutes later, they're in the lobby doing a pet parade. There's people pulling their pets through like a Mardi Gras parade when beads and all this in wagons and stuff in the rotunda.
This is like Rome is burning down. Everything's going to hell. And
that was the vibe I got. That's why I think it bothers me so bad.
I didn't even know about that. That's literally like news to me. And I like to think I keep up to on these kinds of things. A pet parade for the U.S. Senate.
I'm putting it into X here. Capital Pet Parade for Senate. And let's see here if I can get something to pop up here.
Did Thune have a collar around his neck with a leash?
Here it is right here. It says breaking. Just days after Senator John Thune said there was no time to debate and vote on the SAVE Act, it was revealed that senators held a dog parade inside the chamber, bringing their pets in for photos and celebration instead of moving forward with the election bill. And then it has, we have the video. So I'll tell you what, just so everybody can be as equally as pissed off as I am about this, let me open a new window here real quick. And I want to show this. And of course, if you're listening on the radio, you'll need to go to the Mazda Jackson live stream over at Save JXN on any social media platform other than Instagram. And you can see this too. But for the online audience, here you go right here. So I don't know if there's any sound to this. Let's see. I don't know why there would be sound, why we would need to hear it, but just in case there is.
You haven't been hanging around the Senate button. Come on in.
Would you look at that? Let's look at it.
What the hell?
Look at there. Oh, it's so cute. Good old.
Oh, yeah, and the senator came too.
Oh, boy. Who's a good
Everybody
boy?
knows Baby Dog's story, right? Oh, yeah.
So while America is literally on fire from the inside out, while we have liberal terrorist organizations, ISIS, throwing bombs at police in New York, while we are bombing Iran, while the government is shut down and DHS officers and employees are not being paid.
Yep.
These a-holes can't vote on the SAVE Act, can't vote to get this country funded, but they can have a dog parade. And nobody loves dogs more than me.
Yeah, that's Clay, I really thought you were pulling my leg when you said that crap. And now it just makes me further believe the stuff that happens at the highest levels of our government, it just needs to burn away. But the stuff at the lower end, all of our county supervisors, all of our aldermen, our presidents, our mayors, we've got to be involved. Our school boards, we've got to be involved in those things. Because if we're not, that's the thing that we can latch on and actually have impact in. So, there's not one person here in Mississippi who can really do something to convince Senator Thune to change his mind. Even the rich billionaires, we got 3 or 4 of them here in Mississippi. They could start stroking checks to that dude. He's not going to change his mind. Cindy Hyde-Smith isn't going to change her mind.
I got 3 words for you. And maybe more than 3 words, but 3 things.
Yep.
We got to take a break.
Sure.
Cinder block walls, gallows, wood chippers. We'll be right back.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Central Mississippi's stimulating talk.
103.9 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
Need a new car? Then march right over to Mazda of Jackson and spring in the savings. Get 1.9% financing for 63 months on all 2025 CX-5s, 2026 CX-90s, CX-50s, CX-70s, and Mazda 3s with approved credit. And get 1-year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability. So get to Mazda of Jackson today, where pre-owned vehicles and hassle-free trade-in options are also available. Shop online or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Men, if you answer yes to any of these questions, you could be suffering from low testosterone. Do you have low sex drive? ED, always tired, depressed, loss of muscle mass, obese, loss of focus and drive? You, my friends, need to get your numbers checked. Check out Men's Health of Mississippi, located in Madison, Mississippi, and online at menshealthms.com. Guys, get your numbers checked today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. menshealthms.com. Men's Health of Mississippi.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness of Mississippi. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Here's John and Corey Ravenstein.
You know, we're always trying to find ways to give you more at Juniker Jewelry Company.
More diamonds, more selection, more value for your money.
That's why we built the largest fine jewelry store in the state.
And that's why we're launching Juniker's Rewards Program,
where the more you spend, the more you earn.
That's right. With every qualified purchase at Juniker's, you will automatically receive Juniker's Rewards points over time that you can use for future purchases.
You get rewards points for every purchase on diamonds, engagement rings, and wedding bands, new fashion jewelry, estate and antique jewelry.
Even on all your jewelry repairs.
Think of it as Juniker's frequent flyer program for love.
And rewards points add up fast. Come to Juniker's and sign up today.
Juniker's Rewards. One more way. At Juniker's, we've been giving you more since 1944.
Juniker Jewelry Company. We're at 1485 Highland Colony Parkway, just south of 463 in Madison, and online at junikerjewelry.com, Mississippi's direct diamond importer.
Got electrical problems? Marty Cowden and Cowden Electric are here for you. Cowden Electric is your trusted electrician, serving the Jackson area for 3 decades. Electrical repair, service, and home rewiring are just the start of what Cowden Electric can do. Cowden Electric also installs generators to keep your power going when everyone else's lights are out. Plus, LED lighting, remodels, new construction, no job is too small. Visit CowdenElectric.com today to see all that they do. Cowden Electric, powering your home and business.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in. 103.9 WYAB. This is the Clay Edwards Show on the 50,000 watt blowtorch. Here with my regular regular co-host on Mondays and Tuesdays for the last hour of the show each day, Mr. Andrew Gosser, host of the Andrew Gosser Show right here on 103.9 WYAB from 10 to noon every Monday through Friday. We're inside the Men's Health, Women's Wellness in Mississippi studios. This segment brought to you by our friends over at H&H Chief Sales right over there in Carthage, Mississippi. H&H only sells trusted brands that are built to perform, whether that's rugged Big Tex trailers, durable CM, and Legend X truck beds. These are for my blue-collar, hard-working fellas out there, and women. I ain't judging. And women. I know a girl that cuts down trees for a living. Look, H&H has what your truck needs to work hard and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment such as Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. And look, they do a lot of custom welding too. And those guys that work in that shop doing that welding, those guys are farmers. So they understand purpose and need and built for purpose jobs. So they can help you out there. If maybe you're not 100% sure what you need, but you know you need it to do something, reach out to them and let them see what their experience can bring to the table. H&H has quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do. You can visit them online at hhchiefsales.com. That's hhchiefsales.com, located right there in Carthage, Mississippi. All right, man, let me mark this here real quick so I keep up with that. All right, Andrew, let's shift gears here, man. We can keep it in state a little bit.
Okay.
I saw this yesterday. Somebody sent it to me. Let me see here. Lobbyist here in the state. And look, I'm not an anti-lobbyist guy. Mm-hmm. It's the system we have. I'm friends with some lobbyists. It is what it is. As long as that's the system and it's legal, you know, I'm not going to sit here and swim upstream with you and fight about it. But I can call stuff like this out because it ain't illegal, but man, it's immoral. Okay. I think I can say that. It's dirty. I don't like it. This is from Gulf Coast Wire or gcwire.com. So like a Jackson Jambalaya type website from down on the coast.
Oh, that's cool.
And it says lobbyists, and it may be a Democrat website, but I'm saying it's a local news site. It says lobbyists signed secret deals to cut of traffic ticket revenue. So you may be familiar with this as a Syntex system. What's it called?
Oh my God, I'm back in Illinois.
What's it called here? Securix system, and it's the traffic tickets, it's the lights, the cameras on the traffic lights that take pictures of people running them. I ain't got a problem with it because I lived in Jackson for so long, and I know how little people pay attention to the traffic lights in Jackson. So I just looked at it as like a safety thing. They tried it here years ago. All the white liberals and the blacks didn't like it, and they raised hell about it as being civil rights violations. Hell, somebody did. That's who I'm assuming it was, because they're the ones that don't like roadblocks either. So I'm assuming they don't like automated traffic tickets. I don't like them either, but you know how you avoid them? You don't run red lights. Take a turn, stop before you go right on red. But again, different conversation for another day. A couple lobbyists. So this whole thing started off in Ocean Springs, right? Well, so here's the story. It says 2 Mississippi lobbyists who represent several cities signed secret contracts. This is the part I have a problem with, the secret contracts, promising them a percentage of traffic ticket revenue, $6 every ticket, by the way.
Wow.
If they could convince their municipal clients to adopt the controversial Securix program that used cameras to nab uninsured motorists. But the contracts came with a caveat. They could never reveal to their city clients that they are personally involved or that they'd be getting a cut. An arrangement critics say disguises commission sales pitches as legal advice. According to internal emails, attorney Tamara, that's Tammra, Casico, and consultant Ted Thompson of the Thompson twins were handpicked for their close relationship with a particular state official and for the contracts they held with cities Securix sought to target. The expansion efforts came as Securix was rolling out the program in Ocean Springs, the first city in Mississippi to deploy the camera-based system designed to detect uninsured motorists. The pair are just two of several politically connected figures across the state who signed the, quote, consulting contracts pushed by Josh Gregory and Robert Wilkinson. Gregory is an owner of the consulting firm Frontier Strategies. That should be a name very familiar with anybody who's in the political business. They manage just about every major statewide politician's campaigns and their business, not business, but they manage all their campaigns. They kind of decide he's the puppet master around here.
Wow.
He decides who's running for office. He'll decide who's going to be running for our next governor. He ain't going to have two Frontier Strategies candidates going against each other. And a lot of these big names right here are, in fact, Frontier Strategies guys. So just keep that in mind. He's a name that doesn't get enough attention in this state from like the grassroots folks and folks like us and whatnot. So just remember that name there. That's Frontier Strategies, and that is Josh Gregory. But again, be a great guy, and I can just disagree with all this. Let's see. So Gregory's owner of a consulting firm, Frontier Strategies. The firm was contracted by Securix and received $36 of every $300 fee paid by uninsured motorists, according to documents provided by the company. Wilkinson was a city attorney of Ocean Springs who simultaneously represented Securix. And then it goes on here to say $6 a ticket, but keep it hush hush. And it's got the rest of the story. I'm not going to sit here and read for the few minutes we have left. I'm going to drop the link here in the live stream so you guys can see that if you want to see that and go read this whole thing.
Hey, if somebody could actually tweet that at me on X, that link that Clay's dropping in the chat, that'd be awesome.
I'll do it. I'm gonna just share it on my so what y'all think? Well, I'll post it in a second. Let's do the show. So again, if it ain't illegal, fine. But even if not illegal, man, it feels yucky. And I know some of these people involved. I met the Thompson guy, always really nice to me. Again, I don't have a problem with lobbyists like everybody else does. It's the system we have, and they're just playing the game that we've allowed. So as long as that's the rules of the game and that's the game that's allowed, we need to do a better job of countering it with lobbyists of our own. And that's just my opinion there. But with that said, for a private firm to get a commission, this is like multi-layered here for me.
Yeah.
For Frontier Strategies to get a commission, and then for, I'm guessing, guys that they're involved with to get a commission because they pull a lot of the political strings in the state.
Yep.
Then for these lobbyists to get a commission from, and I talked to a lobbyist friend of mine last night, and this isn't like they'll get commissions on things like from, like if they'll get a commission if they link a program, somebody sells some kind of program for these cities to use.
Yep.
You know, they will get a commission of that if they convince them to do it. But it's all above board. Everybody's aware that I'm being financially incentivized to do this. You know, but at the end of the day, you get to decide if you like it or not. But they're the broker in between.
Yep.
You know, like in the food business, there's the distributor like Cisco that carries all the brands. There's the restaurants and stuff over here.
Mhm.
And in the middle, there's brokers who represent the different brands at Cisco or Quality Foods or US Foods, wherever the distributor is. And that's kind of what the lobbyist is here in this situation. They're kind of the broker between this. But I'm okay if I know that the broker is making money on a deal, but making money on speeding tickets or uninsured motorists, red light tickets, bro, I don't know, man. That one, even for me, who's a huge supporter of, hey, if I got to have insurance, so do you.
Yep.
This is a line too far for me.
And I hate to bring up Illinois all the time, but I'm seeing all of these things that I fled from Illinois to come to Mississippi because Mississippi is honestly like the greatest state in the nation to live in. We are importing that garbage into the state so fast. And you can go look up all the corruption. There were people who went to jail for a red light ticket skimming in Illinois over this. And it just seems like Mississippi looked at it and said, oh, okay, well, Illinois is putting people away. I mean, you had police chiefs.
Somebody who used to live in my house at some point gets a ticket warning at least once a month from the state of Tennessee for one of these. And like, I mean, they don't know. They don't even know they're getting this.
Wow. Oh, they don't live there anymore. They
don't live there anymore. And I'm guessing they don't have a new address. And I know it's not the person that lived there before me. So I don't know how long ago this person lived there, but at some point a car that they owned with them ran a red light or did something in the state of Tennessee. And they constantly get one of these camera ticket things. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, cameras are everywhere. There's no sense of real privacy when you're out and about.
And I don't know that because I opened the mail. It states on front of it what it is. Just so everybody knows. I didn't open anybody else's mail.
Yeah. It's a shame that you even got to say that on the air, Clay, but that's unfortunately the world we live in today. But this is just insane. And what I'd want to know is, this is Ocean Springs. I wonder how many votes that mayor is elected with, how many votes those aldermen are elected with. I'll look that up tonight and see, because that is a perfect example where, 500 or 600 people come together and they decide what's going to happen down there. And that wouldn't be something so difficult to, have as a referendum or a wedge issue in an election. But if we don't understand how this system works, and of course our education system is not going to teach us how to do that.
And then does this company Securix donate to their campaigns? And maybe all this is out there for years now, because this is an old case. I know. I didn't follow it, so I don't know off the top of my head. But then I got problems with that. It was like in the Jackson water lawsuit deal.
Yeah.
The mayor took it from the former mayor, Chokwe, took the lawsuit that had already been at the settlement lawsuit out of the city attorney's office and gave it to an outside attorney that we had to pay 30 some odd percent of it for no reason. And then they turned around and donated the max amount to Chokwe's reelection campaign.
Yep.
Like, bro, we just gave them $30 million. We just gave them $30 million that the city could have kept. Everybody talks about, where did the money go? Where did the money go? Well, 30 million of it went to outside law firm that it didn't have to.
You can't talk about that. That's racist.
Well, I don't care.
I
don't care. We got to take a break.
Yeah.
We'll be right back here with Andrew Gosser on the Clay Edwards Show. All right, guys, no sense in dragging y'all through the break. You know the routine. I will see y'all tomorrow. Appreciate y'all chiming in this morning. Man, we got a lot of show for tomorrow. Unfortunately, I got a guest. Not unfortunately, I'm looking forward to the guest. Damn it, I didn't give away the tickets again. The fight tickets. Y'all be following me on Facebook later, and we're going to give away those fight tickets for this weekend's Brandon Brawling. I get to talking and completely forget everything I'm supposed to do. We're going to have Julian, the owner of About Time Brawling, here on the show with me tomorrow. Going to be a fun show talking with him. But y'all make sure you're following me on Facebook, and I will, in fact, give those tickets away on Facebook later. Y'all be blessed. I'll see y'all tomorrow. If you're listening on the radio, or if you have the ability to listen on the radio, flip it over to WYAB And listen to Chip Matthews coming up next from 9 to 10, followed by Andrew from 10 to noon. And then Lindsey Beckham, noon to 1. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.